Hello there and good day. Today we have a new Dragon's Delight event, but the main thing that has interested a lot of people, as you can probably imagine, is the post about the newest ancient dragon, Solum. And so this is of course the ancient void and water dragon, and like I said, he is basically the upgraded version from that preliminary art that we saw of this dragon while he was in the works. But very cool little dragon, very fishy, obviously, as expected, and because he's a fish, that's why he's a water element dragon. Makes sense, right? And then on top of that, we also got this silhouette for this dragon, and a lot of people are saying fire. I mean, it kind of looks like fire if we go and rewatch this. I mean, just look at the special effects, really, because we're likely not going to have a shadow dragon or anything like that. But you can basically see the little sputtering, so a lot of people are voting fire for that. But Mr. Fishy, people have been asking me what are the best options from this ancient event so far, and if we assume the final one is fire, let's just assume that for now. Of course, the main reward dragon is the ancient divine void dragon. That's going to be the best for blessing and such. But then water can be useful because of course we need it for the dungeon, and fire is also very useful for the dungeon, for the tasks. But the only problem is they have that other element of void, so no matter what you do, you're still gonna have a third element that's kinda meh. Can be useful, but not super ideal for certain things. But they did say, when the void comes, it will be Solum that leads the charge. From the deep, dark depths of the ocean, this void ancient of water is a briny beast to fear. And what of its partner in this video? Can you guess its third element to unlock the fourth and final reveal tomorrow? Are people going to guess it right? Well, I guess we will find out. But shouldn't be long now, and we will know all of the ancient void dragons coming, assuming that the event stays the same as before. So, yeah, we've got that to look forward to, I guess. But moving back over to regular DML before that, we of course have Treasure Hunt still ongoing for another 5 days, and we've also got Dragon's Delight. And now, normally I don't care for Dragon's Delight too much. They have made it so it's, for the most part, doable. The only problem is, I didn't get Unlikely when he was first released, and now they've re-released him as the leaderboard dragon. I am so annoyed. I probably won't be getting Dinosaur again, because of course the leaderboard prize is generally the hardest one to get, and very few people can get it, because you need to reach the final milestone, and you need to come top 3. So, it's unlikely we're gonna get it. Get the pun? It's unlikely! Ha ha ha! Thanks, Gameloft, that was a very funny joke putting that in there. And we do also have Greener Gate, and I never actually got this before either, so we could get this as a new dragon at least, and 2750 should be doable. But the main thing that interests a lot of people with this event is the fact that we can sometimes see some new dragons that spawn in as we're playing this event. So maybe like while you're going through, you might spot some dragons and be like, what the heck is that? I don't know what that is. And it turns out it's actually because it is just a new dragon that we've never seen before. It's in the game's files, but you never actually get to see it. So that might be something that you come across. So something to look forward to, I guess, in a sense. But, you know, it is still Dragon's Delight. So ideally, the best thing to do usually with this event is to save up your currency and then spend it all at once. You can sometimes do filling and re-rolling, but in this version, if you do that, then you're not going to be able to build up your Fury or Frenzy bonus bar very often. So generally, I would recommend, for the easiest time, least stressful time, and as long as you get lots of multiple item dragons, generally you'll be okay, but very rarely should you be trashing if possible. If you have to trash a lot, either you're not giving the right items out, or maybe you just get really unlucky. But the general idea is going to be, from my perspective, and also to save me having to log in and do this every single reset, is just to collect all of the currency for every single reset, and then save up my currency until, like, the final reset, basically, or close to the final reset. So that is going to be the plan from me. Again, you don't have to do that, it's just generally speaking, if you save up, you're going to be able to keep building up that frenzy bar. Now, if your frenzy bar is low anyway, it doesn't really matter too much, and then you can refresh a dragon, that's fine. But otherwise, you just want to keep building it up as often as possible. And like last time, I got pretty lucky with my my frenzy bonuses and my jokers, so it wasn't too bad last time. Sometimes you can just get a little bit unlucky with the Dragon's Delight event, but not like Cake Craze, because Cake Craze is pretty much just completely RNG. Like, the difference between Cake Craze's RNG and, say, Dragon's Delight is the fact that in Dragon's Delight you're going to have tons and tons of opportunities, whereas in Cake Craze you don't have very many chances to actually re-roll and things like that. And again, there's nothing that you can really do to get items in Cake Craze apart from just speeding up everything. Whereas, at least in Dragon's Delight, you can trash if you get super stuck, so that's one good thing about trashing. If you are just completely stuck, you do have the option, although I don't recommend it very often, because think about it this way, if you're trashing your items, you went through the effort of actually getting the event currency just so that you could trash it, so it feels kind of pointless in that sense, even collecting event currency if you spend most of it just trashing because you don't play the event very well, for instance. But again, sometimes you will just get unlucky. And of course this week we do also have the Sun Dragon in the dungeon, which I don't need it because I've already got it. But I know a lot of people that did want some of these tarot dragons to come back, and they have been coming back, just not all of them, and not particularly often, and not in very doable ways. Dungeon, for a lot of people nowadays, is doable, although for some it does come down to just a bit of luck, like, are you actually going to be able to get the dragon out of 15 chests, or are you going to rely on just getting it randomly? I think if someone was like super desperate for the dragon to like finish off their yearly collection, it would potentially be worth gemming, but otherwise, probably not. Otherwise, probably not, because if you're not going to really gain anything else out of it, it's just a random bad legendary, like all the other legendaries in this game, unfortunately. But, of course, with Primal event coming to an end soon, a lot of people have started spending their shovels. I'm going to wait until as late as possible. I have missed resets because I don't care. But I am going to wait until as late as possible because when we are digging up in the treasure hunt event, we have the chance of coming across arena energy. And if we collect the arena energy now, for example, that means that we can't really do the arena fights if we want to save up the energy to go on like a big win streak, because that's how I got one of the highest tier arena dragons before, by saving up after the primal event to do that. And if we say start stacking all the energy right now, we are not going to be able to spend it and not going to be able to do anything in the arena unless we'd have to just not do any to save the energy. So that's why I typically, with the primal event, I will, collect all of the stuff that we can, get as many of the tiles open, see if we do manage to get any arena energy, and if we do actually get some energy, just saving it either a week after, a couple of weeks after. I think the time when I got my arena dragon by doing that, it was actually like a month afterwards. I just hoarded all of that arena energy for like a month. So by that point, the other people that were hoarding, for the most part, had already spent their energy. So I was in it for the long haul, basically. Like, in the arena, you are, you're not really going to be able to, get too much out of it anyway. So I don't really care too much. So that is my stance on it, at least, because it's just such a bad mechanic, the enchantment leagues as a whole, because no one can get the materials that they need, that I'm just like, who cares? Might as well do it and just save up and go for one of the arena dragons, because I never got them before back with the old system, which has screwed me over, but maybe this will help us. Of course, we do also have Sail Whale as well, which does have Boxer in it, and Student and Cottontail, So if you do want those, there's the chance to get them. And if there's any time to be breeding for these dragons, it's before the next Dragon of the Month comes out, which will be on the weekend. So there's that as well. But anyway, I went through everything I wanted to go through for now. So make sure you're logging in for every single one of your Dragon's Delight resets, collecting all of your currency, and giving it your best shot. Maybe you'll get your hands on Unlikely, maybe not. It's unlikely, but on top of that, we also potentially have the final Ancient reveal tomorrow. So, yeah, I guess we shall wait and see.